Every team, every topic, everywhere. This is Believe.
First down at 10 at their own 10-yard line. Tevin Coleman with some running room. Tevin Coleman down the sideline. Coleman, one man to beat. Tevin Coleman's going to go 90 yards, and Indiana takes the lead.
Randall L. scrambles, started off the pitch, keeps it himself down the sidelines. He could go. Antoine Randall L. touchdown. Rory going to the single coverage, end zone. Touchdown! He hits Cooper again.
Hey, what's up? We are back in action. Kind of, sort of. I don't know. We just put together some crap so you guys could have some sort of entertainment during the springtime. Yeah, they're speaking of woo. There's Brandon. No Seth today. I don't know if we invited him, but he just maybe he's spending too much time looking at pictures of Oscar or whatever his name is that committed, or maybe he's crying over Cam Heide. Probably that. So enough Purdue talk for the day. We got that out of the way. We are going to do what all the young go-hards are doing, and that is tapping into AI for just some content to talk about. Brandon, I know you're on the same timeline as me. I didn't make you your own timeline, so you couldn't adjust things. I don't know how far you've scrolled, but AI did a pretty good job. But there are some incredibly glaring mistakes in what we're going to talk about. And what we're going to talk about, it's in the podcast title. We asked ChatGPT to make an all-time IU football team, and we'll go through it. We'll talk about it. We'll discuss it for a minute, and then we'll be done. It's going to be a short pod. But have you looked ahead, Brandon?
I have. I did peruse, and that's why I did not. I have a few randos, but I didn't write them down because we all are on the same script today.
Yeah, those are usually surprises for me, for those that are just now listening and didn't get to get the original crap pods that we used to put out before where we explained everything every time. But all right, let's get into it. Real quick, news and updates, not good news. Tyler Morris, if you haven't heard this, the projected starting slot receiver from Michigan, out for the season with a non-contact leg injury. I know what you're thinking, Bragg, 6 months until we're like into the season. Listen, must have been bad enough. Okay. We're not going to rush him back. I think he may be able to get a medical red shirt, Brandon. You think?
Yeah, for sure. Almost undoubtedly.
Okay. So I guess here's a quick question. And it'll be interesting really well to see how it goes. Coach pretty much answered it. That it's currently on the roster.
Yeah, who lined up in the slot a lot? This past year.
Omar Cooper.
Yes.
Sam.
Yes.
I don't know.
Omar Cooper can play the slot. I think we have other guys that can play it as well. But it sucks. It sucks that you lose a player of this talent. But we lost it to probably the room that has the most depth and most intrigue. We are a marginally less talented team. But again, yes. If you look at a baseball stat, right, like wins above replacement, right, this isn't devastating. This isn't. We now need to go find someone in the portal, or this is going to be a glaring hole. The war, and that's no knock on Tyler Morris. That's just the nature of the wide receiver room. So
sure. I don't know if you listened to his press conference. It was either after yesterday's practice.
It was yesterday's practice. It was yesterday's. I listened.
Okay, so yeah, speaking of a couple things. One, he did mention going to the portal and probably getting a guy for that area specifically, but he also brought up some guys that are on the team now. one guy I'm interested in, and you've been kind of down on Cooper for some reason, but would you put Mekhi Jackson in the slot?
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't think it matters. We've had this discussion before. Last year, you didn't know where Keyshawn Williams was going to line up. You didn't know where Miles Price was going to line up. You didn't know where Miles Cross was going to line up, right? It doesn't matter. We got enough receivers that fit the game plan and fit what we want to do offensively that it'll work. But there are some interesting players, which I think we might see in 2 weeks at spring practice. LeBron Bond. And is it Miles Kendrick? Is that the other on-campus wide receiver freshman? He also mentioned Davion Chandler, who's not coming until the fall practice. But those are 3 options that are in the program. 2 in the program, 1 coming. But I think that they try to get a what do they call it? A post-spring portal window wide receiver.
So many windows.
Already
so
a bunch.
many windows.
Yeah.
Yes.
And there's already a bunch in there. And again, silver lining, this happened in spring, so not during fall practice where your time is done. Like there's virtually no time for you to get anybody else in. You've got enough time to get somebody into the program, get somebody enrolled into school, get them used to the campus, get them used to the practice, used to the weight room. Plenty of time to get in and get ready. So bad news, but a little bit of good news. So do you want to talk basketball tournament at all?
Briefly.
Okay. You do your thing. Do your thing there. So let me start with this. And this will be a good jumping off point for you. Excuse my language. Earmuffs to all children or parents riding with children, whatever you guys are listening to this. I fucking hate it. I hate all ones. I hate everything that has happened in this tournament. It's been boring. It's been like, I don't know. I mean, obviously, these are the 4 best teams in the country. That's very obvious. I think, I'm going to give a hot take and then I'm going to let you go. I think Auburn, who everybody has as their number 1 overall, I think Auburn's the weakest team left in the group. There you go. Mentally weak.
Yeah, so
Take it and run.
This makes for good podcasting. There has not been the memorable moments. There has not been the shocking upsets. There has not been the buzzer beaters. Outside of Purdue, of course, losing on a buzzer beater. But Maryland. I do feel like the overall basketball has been better, right? I feel like there's been more competitive games. There's been less blowouts. The spreads have been incredibly difficult. Doesn't matter. I'm still up 3 figures. But I do feel like they've been more competitive games. This will be a forgettable March Madness because they don't have the Fairleigh Dickinson or the Show Me Your Peacocks. They just won't have that this year. And that's fine. But I thought it was overall a very strong tournament, and I think we're going to have a super fun weekend. When Florida Atlantic was playing San Diego State, you're telling me that was a better Final Four? You're telling me when NC State was in it, that's a better Final Four? No, you have the 4 best teams competing for a national championship. That's incredible. I love all ones. Would I have liked more buzzer beaters? Yes. Would I have liked more upsets? Yes. But the final product, what we got, Saturday's going to be incredible.
See, I would have, and I like Florida. I think Florida's very good. I like their team. I like their coach. It would have made me feel a little bit better if I could have had a Texas Tech in there. I turned that game off with a couple, 3 minutes left, 10-point game. Yep. I turned it off. I moved on.
We're different characters. I bet at the under 4, you turned it off at the under 4. It was like 3:53 or 3:40 something left. 10 points. Well, you know what I did? Actually, you know what I did. I bet Florida money line. I bet Florida money line. Yeah. Because I'm sick. I'm sick in the head.
Yeah, I know. We know that. We know that. So how do I say this? I enjoy the tournaments where you get an 8-seed Butler in the national championship, or you get
we're different cats.
What did UCLA go to the national championship as an 11?
North Carolina went as
that one year where they
something
went
and
all the way
lost.
from the first day.
Yeah, and they
Yeah,
lost to
they were
Kansas.
10, maybe 10 or 11. Yeah.
11, I think. I don't remember.
I like that. I like it. I think that these two games on Saturday are going to be and should honestly be like absolutely incredible. You've got one where you've got pure rivalry and the potential for fights and
The national champions
elbows.
the national champions playing in Duke, Houston.
Yes,
That's the national championship game. Whoever wins that's winning it all.
I think if Houston wins and Florida wins, I think that's a toss-up because you have got such complete opposites in those two programs of where Florida can play some defense, but they can score 1,000 points, right? Auburn can't play any defense. They can score points. Their defense isn't up there. Houston, I have never been more like, I mean, that game against Tennessee was incredible to watch.
Yep.
They're suffocating nonstop, just like they couldn't get a second to breathe anywhere inside 30 feet. Like it was insane, and I can't wait to watch them. I need Florida and Houston, and I need Houston to win for me to get any money in any of my brackets. So that's just a selfish thing, though. So is that enough of that? We don't want to talk any IU basketball stuff.
No. Let's move
great.
on to the robots. Let's move on to the advanced.
No.
Yeah. So we let a computer do the majority of the work for me. And you know my thoughts of computers and sports. I don't need to re-say it. I've already sworn on here one time. That's enough of the inappropriate language. But we had ChatGPT put together an Indiana Hoosiers all-time football roster. Brandon, I made it do it 3 times because the first time it spit out something similar. The second time it got a little bit better. And the third time it got great. And so without me even looking past the wide receivers, I took it, I copied it, I pasted that son of a gun into this outline, and I moved on. And then I reviewed it. Oh, my God. Let's talk about it real quick. I think we can all
go into
guess.
this, do you use ChatGPT in your life?
Sometimes. Very rarely do I use it. If I've got a tough email I need to reply to, if I've got, I mean, it's been years since I've done this. If I needed to do anything cover letter wise or like even review a resume, things like that, I'll have it do that, but not really.
I have never used it once for anything other than LOLs. So when I figured out you did this, I was like, this is perfect. This is great. I'm sure. I'm sure it does great work for business. I'm sure it does wonderful things for education. Never used it in that way. I've only used ChatGPT in this way, and it is incredible. I love ChatGPT for this. Not saying I don't like it for the others. I've just never done anything other than LOL stuff with ChatGPT.
It's great. So let me kind of give you guys an idea of like what it did. So it put out a player. It gave a position. Quarterback, you get 1. Wide receivers 2. Wide receivers 3. Running backs 2. Tight end 1. You get 5 offensive linemen, and then kind of the same thing for defense, right? But it also gave a little blip on why they're in the all-time roster. So what I'm going to do is go through the position, tell you who it is, why they're there. If you want to add something to it, you can. If not, just tell me to move on. We'll keep going. This could not be any easier for the all-time quarterback. It is my favorite IU player of all time, Antoine Randall. Quote, the most electric player in IU history, a dual-threat quarterback who became the first in NCAA history to pass for 40 touchdowns and rush for 40 touchdowns. Sorry, I've had quite the beverage this evening. But yeah, I mean, there's no debate, right? I mean, who else would you throw into that?
No, I mean, it can only be him. It can only be him. I would have liked to see like maybe, and I don't know what exact words you used. That would have been nice. But like if you would have done like had ChatGPT do a 2 deep or like a 53-man roster to where it actually
that would have been good.
Yeah.
Let me see what I use.
Because
I can pull it up
there's
here.
absolutely no doubt who's number one. I think there's a ton of debate who's number 2 or 3.
That's a great. Maybe we can do that next.
Right?
The
like
53 best IU football players of all time or something.
It's like because I mean, do you go Trent Green? Do you go Nate Sudfeld? Do you go Curtis Rourke? There's you can just there's older quarterbacks. I mean, I think that is a super Kellen Lewis the one year he had, right? Michael Penix.
Kellen Lewis. Who was the guy? Schnell?
Yeah, Luke
Dave
Schnell.
Was that his name?
Dave Schnell. No, Dave Schnell. Right. So that's what I think would be super fun, at least at the quarterback position, because it is a no-brainer who's QB1. QB1 is
it's got to be. I think, you know what I should have done was like take
clap. Snaps and claps,
right.
ChatGPT. You nailed it.
Right.
You nailed it.
What I think I should have done was just say, take all of the IU football. Maybe this is what we'll do next. Take all of the IU football players in history. Take away their, just do a positionless depth chart. So, who's going to be the best quarterback? Do you think they would put
don't they do that in the NFL? Don't they do in, the top 100 NFL players?
Yeah, they do that. They do that.
So you can do that. You can do that with Indiana. Positionless.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe we'll do that next week. Or whenever we record again. 2 weeks ago. Who knows? Whenever you guys want to do it. All right. Running backs. I think you couldn't get any easier here as well. And I'd be interested to hear if you have anybody else. I don't think you could. Maybe one other person. Anthony Thompson, IU's all-time leading rusher, 1989 Heisman runner-up, 2-time Big Ten MVP. And my boy, Tevin Coleman, the only first Hoosier to rush for 2,000 yards in a season. Would have probably been running back of the year nationally had he not gone up against Melvin Gordon. Brandon was at the same double 2,000-yard rushing years in the Big Ten, which was insane. There's no debate here, right? Well, Von Dunbar, maybe.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's got to be the two guys that went to the Heisman ceremony. There were no other running backs that I know that made it to that prestigious position. So it's got to be the two Heismans. So it's snaps and ChatGPT 2 for 2 quarterbacks and running backs. Look at you.
Wait, what are we doing?
You friggin' robot. You friggin' robot. You're killing it.
Killing it. Hold on. Where's it at?
But I do think its run is ending next.
The next what? I don't know. I'm interested to hear what you say here. Wide receivers. This one, I think I'm with Brandon a little bit on this one, but yes. Wide receivers, it spit out James Hardy, IU's all-time leader in receiving yards and touchdowns. We know that. Then Ernie Jones, one of Brandon's favorite players of all time, played from 84 to 87. One of the most explosive receivers in program history, key to the 1987 Peach Bowl run, and everybody's favorite slot receiver, Whop. Got Whop Phillier, the versatile weapon who racked up big numbers during a 2020 breakout season. I know you have problems with at least two of the.
Yeah, no. So, I mean, let's make this easier. I do think one of those three is correct, right? I do think James Hardy deserves to be in the top 3. Unquestionably. I think he deserves to be in the top 3. Would you agree with that?
I was not paying attention. What did you say?
You were doing research. You were doing research, weren't you? Would you agree that James Hardy deserves to be in this? Right?
Yes, 100%.
Okay. Second thing, are you basing yours on talent, or are you basing yours on stats? Are you basing it on highlight reels? Like, what is your train of thought?
I mean, I didn't make the list, so
I know.
I mean, if I had to think about other people to put in here, I mean, I'd have to like really sit down and
Cody
think
Latimer.
about
I think.
it.
Would you put Cody
What about-
Latimer in over WAP? I would.
Would you put Tandon Doss in there? I mean,
Probably.
that's one we don't ever talk about. There's Tandon Doss. There's Cody Latimer. There's
I mean, Cody Latimer bombed in the NFL, which I think is why he's tainted a little bit. He was in like his highlight reel was
so good,
ridiculous.
Yeah. If you guys want to see some fun Cody Latimer, I think it was 2013 or 2014 against Illinois at home. It was a very high scoring game. We won. He had an incredible catch over the shoulder. He also had a Nick Westbrook. Do you think Nick Westbrook gets in there?
Yeah.
There's another one. I was just thinking about that. I just thought about his diving catch against Ball State. That was great. 75-yard touchdown against Ball State that he had as well. Man, you know who
I would love to have on this?
Who's
was
that?
the guy that I didn't hit record on.
Oh, Mitchell Page.
Mitchell Page, who he does not deserve to be in the best ever, but I would love to hear his opinion on best wide receivers of all time.
What if we had a glue guy position? Would he be in the glue guy position? Would he
like a locker room hype man, bring things all together? Absolutely.
Like if you needed to
your word, he would be on the all aura team.
There you go. Yeah, well, I'm kind of out on aura now.
I was out on it from the start, but you called me out in front of a bunch of people, so called me old.
You hate fun. You hate fun. All right, I don't know if there's much debate here, but I think there could be. Tight end position, they gave one. It's touchdown Teddy Bolzer. IU's all-time leader in receptions and touchdowns for the tight end position. Let me give you two and tell me if you think that they would fit in there. Ian Thomas or Peyton Hendershot.
So again, I mean, if we're doing stats, it's Teddy Bolzer, but I love Teddy. It's what you want out of your Teddy. It's so boring.
He was so boring. He was so good, but
so boring. So yeah, I mean, I think of Ian Thomas running down the middle of the field, scoring a long touchdown.
Rutgers,
Rutgers. Peyton Hendershot had a few insane one-hand catches, right? So going off statistics, it's got to be Teddy Bolzer. It's honestly not close. But if we're doing like memorable, like again, like all time, like, okay, if I need a tight end to go make a play, I probably want Peyton Hendershot, if I'm being honest. Like it's 4th and goal for the game, right? I think I'm probably putting Peyton Hendershot there because I've seen him just make unreal plays. And that's no slight against Teddy because Teddy just did it, right? Like he'd run a 5-yard out, he'd run a hitch, he'd run a C, and he just would work. You know.
Yeah. Okay.
On my all-time roster.
There you go. So here comes the fun. There's 5 players in this position. So I just want you to give me like a yes or no, a good or bad, if they fit where they need to be. So they've got at one tackle, they've got Roger Saffold, dominant tackle who went on to a long NFL career. I think he's still playing. Good, right? Good or bad?
Yes.
Okay.
Good. Great.
Good. Dan Feeney at one of the guards, one of the best guards in IU history, an All-American with a nasty streak.
Absolutely has to be.
Okay. Steve Jordan from 1975.
Use a force, says ChatGPT.
Yes, the force.
Who am I to argue with the robot?
Right. Here's where it gets interesting. At the left guard, Nate Sudfeld, a great leader in IU's all-time passing yards.
You freaking dummy.
And they moved him,
dumb robot.
Yeah. It says in parentheses, moved him here for depth.
He would not. Nate Sudfeld was great. He would not be a good offensive lineman.
No, he would not. No. And then everybody's favorite offensive lineman, I think, other than Dan Feeney, maybe, is Jason Spriggs at the left tackle.
Michael Kadick is by far the favorite.
We love Big Cat. Love Big Cat.
Michael Kadick is my favorite. Sorry, Steve Jordan. My center is Michael Kadick. So
yeah, but Jason Spriggs, I think is a good shout at left tackle until Carter Smith becomes like 2-time All-American and everything else. So, all right. Anything you want to add offensive lineman wise? No. Okay. Defense. Defensive line. We'll start there. We'll end with the defensive backs, which could not have been any dumber. Like I cannot. That's the one thing that I was like, this is so mad. I'm so mad. Let's do it again, and it came up with the same result. But let's go to defensive line. On one edge, we know this guy. We've talked about him a lot. Van Waiters, 1983, 1987, one of the best pass rushers ever in OU history. Kamara should be in there at some point. Here's where it gets funny again with a bomb emoji next to his name. Nate Sudfeld, offensive lineman / defensive lineman ? If we needed a versatile lineman, why not add him? Laughing emoji. Like, what are you doing, ChatGPT? What are you doing?
And kids are writing this with papers.
Yes. Yeah.
Sorry,
that's why we're doing this. That's the big thing in the news right now is that all of the youths are using the Chat GPT.
You're so much better at this than I am. Who was the defensive lineman? Darius Latham that got drafted for the
Darius Latham.
He's got to be on here. Again, he kind of like Cody Latimer. Like he got drafted high. He bombed out of the NFL. But like Darius Latham, the IU football player, has to be on the all-time team.
Those teams, I get so mad right now, like just at Kevin Wilson in general. Like those teams should have been so good. Like they should have been so good, and they were just so much fun to watch and so bad. All right, we have nothing but defensive ends other than Darius Latham. If we take Nate Sudfeld out, God forbid we have to pull him out of the game. But we have, this is where we needed Seth, but we have Anadawe Agunlie.
Yes, nailed it.
IU's all-time leading sack leader, played for the Bears, played for a couple other teams in the NFL. No debate there. And then one of my favorite players growing up, I think in the formative years of my IU football watching experience, Greg Middleton, another defensive lineman that was an absolute monster. I think he holds the single season sack record, or he's right up there, but he's very, very good player. Was a very, very good player. I don't know. We could go through this if you want. I think Kamara will probably have his name on there at some point. I agree with you with Darius Latham. Just trying to think if there's anybody. Does CJ West have enough clout? Did he play long enough to make it in there? I mean, I try to think of a good defensive tackle. He's incredible. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm not going to argue with it. All right, let's move on. Linebackers. Oh, no, I didn't even highlight this one. I'm just now seeing it. Okay, we'll start with the obvious one. Tigre Scales led the nation in tackles in 2016. Tackles for loss, a game changer. No debate there. Next, Jordan Howard, parentheses, two-way player, ! If we needed more firepower, why not let him hit two? He could play. Oh, yeah. He could play. Hold on. Brandon's doing daddy stuff. There we go. All right. So, obviously, Jordan Howard doesn't belong, but the next one belongs. Cam Jones, everybody's most recent favorite linebacker. No, maybe not. I guess McFadden needs to be in there. We can just end the discussion. McFadden should have been in, not Jordan Howard. But Cam Jones, a defensive leader and tackling machine. Incredible.
Got a question for you. Early randos. Aiden Fisher, Micah McFadden. Who leaves the program in higher regard as like made an impact? I think it'll be Aiden Fisher.
Me too.
I don't think Aiden Fisher's an NFL player though. He's too small.
I think so too.
Micah McFadden, obviously, still hanging around as an NFL player.
Had some hip injuries, I think.
But I do ultimately think Aiden Fisher jumps Micah in 10 years when we're still doing podcasts in April. We'll be debating Micah McFadden versus Aiden Fisher.
Yeah. Yep. No other complaints other than that. what I was gonna say, and I can't remember like how it was gonna tie in, but do you think that targeting call against Cincinnati has any sort of like blemish on Micah McFadden's like?
No, only people that know it are us.
I guess.
No,
Yeah.
only. I mean, it probably eats him up alive. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I bet he's had some bad nights having that memory pop in his head. But
I mean, what a game changer that call was. It was insane.
it all led to Sig being our coach. So,
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
So, because again, I mean, if that season turns around, Tom Allen's probably still here.
Yeah, Mike Penix stays maybe for another year. Yep.
Who knows? Who knows? Who knows?
All right, here's a fun one. And this is a fun one and one that's going to infuriate everybody. Defensive backs, Tracy Porter, that's easy. Played from 04 to 07, one of the best lockdown corners in IU's history. And this part makes me mad, and I don't want to read it, but had a long NFL career and sealed Super Bowl against the Colts with a pick six. Yeah, Tracy Porter. Eric Allen, got to be in there, one of the best safeties ever in IU history. One of my favorite players of all time, Jamar Johnson, at the other safety. Had he not had a couple off the field issues, would have still been in the NFL. He also went to this goes back to getting drafted by the right team, right? With Jamar Johnson, he could not have gone to a worse possible team for him to be able to play and show what he can do than the Broncos, who were crazy deep in the defensive backfield, and still are. I don't know. That's enough ranting about Jamar Johnson. And here's the one that's going to make everybody mad, and then Brandon can pick his favorite corner if he wants to and put him in here. For some reason, the robot thought that putting Marcus Bailey, parentheses, let's pretend he played at IU, because he didn't. Okay, he went to Purdue, but he'd be a nice fit. Marcus Bailey was a linebacker, just so you're aware. He is in the NFL, I believe. Maybe with the Lions, but didn't play for IU, didn't play in the defensive backfield. Who are you putting in there? I think there's one really obvious one from recent history.
Yeah, Rashard Fant.
Okay, there you go. Perfect. I think D'Angelo will make that list at some point if he backs up last
What
season.
about oh my gosh, I'm blanking. You were on really bad teams. He was a freshman All-American.
Antonio Allen?
No. Not the drug dealer.
Freshman All-American, really bad team.
He was our lockdown corner. He was our Revis Island. He had a brother that transferred.
Oh, Tywan Mullen.
Yes.
Mullen.
Yes, Tywan Mullen.
Yeah. I forgot about that one too. I thought about that today when I was thinking about the pod. I was like, oh, we got to put Tywan Mullen in there. And then just space it. I thought you were going to be the one that called me out for not having Tywan Mullen in there.
No,
but
I had Fant, but yeah, Mullen was escaping me.
Yeah.
Just because I'm doing some scrolling. Adam Replogle, I think. We on the defensive line. He just wanted another defensive lineman. That isn't a D end. Replogle probably.
Yep. Good shout.
Yeah, I'm just looking at best defensive players of all time. So
there you go.
It's,
I think the majority of the list. I think if you turn this in as a student, I think you're getting
I'm going lower, but
I was gonna say I think you're getting a C.
I think you have a very forgiving teacher.
I think you've got a teacher that doesn't know IU football, so you're turning it in and just being like, here are the best players. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know why you would ever have this assignment, but I don't know what they do at school.
We missed another one. We missed another linebacker who played in the NFL for about as much as T. Gray Scales. Chris Covington.
Ooh, So for me,
all Big Ten guy. Big Ten
I really
guy.
liked Chris Covington. I actually have his helmet in my basement. He will always be one of the weirder players for me in IU history. I mean, started his career as a quarterback. A lot of people don't know that. He played a lot of quarterback as a true freshman. I think he might have even started a game when somebody was hurt, but he definitely played at one of the most memorable losses that I've ever been to, which are many, at Bowling Green at the quarterback position for a little bit. Sorry, I dropped something. I don't know what it is, but it's gone. Yeah. Okay.
Here's
Chris
another
Covington, good shout.
Here's another. I think he was more of a stat accumulator than a real on-field impact, but he was on with some of the best Tom Allen teams.
Let's hear it.
Jonathan Crawford.
Oh, I love Jonathan Crawford.
One of 2 players to play in 50 games. He played in
Yep.
50 games. He
Yep.
was 3-time all honorable mention.
Yeah.
And just because he played so many games is top 10 DB in tackles, top 10 DB interceptions, top 10 in fumble recoveries. Like he's in the top 10 in like every DB category. Like I said, more of a stat compiler than he was like an absolute stud. But Jonathan Crawford went to two or three bowl games.
Just two bowl games.
Just 2. Yeah. But
He sealed a game. He sealed a bucket game with an interception at the end of the game. He was good at that. I think he had at least 2 or 3 game sealing interceptions, like last second Hail Mary interceptions, or like something that just ended the game right then and there. Good shout, man. Jonathan Crawford, one of my favorite players. Good shout. Special teams.
We gotta go special teams. You're right.
Real quick. Yeah. Kicker, Austin Starr. You could pick a bunch of kickers, man. You could pick Griffin Oaks. You could pick, I think you could pick Chucky. You could pick Chuck. I mean, you could pick Nick Radicic, who I think is going to be an absolute stud. He is. Let's be honest. You could put him in there, but we're going all time. I think Austin Starr is a good shout. Punter, recency bias here. I think it's also a pretty good one. Hayden Whitehead. I think our first of the Aussie train at the punter position. And then return specialist. This one is interesting, and I'm going to read the little note they put next to it. They've got Antoine Randall back there. Brandon, I will tell you this real quick. I'm going to write just here. It just says, let's double him up here for the ultimate playmaker role. He's done this. He did this at IU. He, in one game, I remember it was a Thursday night game on ESPN against NC State. I can remember watching the game. He pooch punted a ball from the quarterback position. He caught a punt. He played quarterback. And I'm pretty sure he caught a pass in that game. Like, that's the state that IU football was in at that point in time. Like, just.
I mean, if we're talking punt returners, there's only one. There can be only one. It's Jay-Sean Harris. Jay-Sean Harris.
Yep.
What do you have, 3 or 4 in one season?
He had 3. He had 3 kick returns or special team returns in one season. He definitely had a punt return against Ball State. He had one against.
Maybe was it Shane Wynn that had the big one against Penn State?
Shane Wynn had one. Jay-Sean was very good. Jay-Sean was a very good player. Marcus Thigpen would be a good one.
Phenomenal story. Like Jay-Sean, just an adversity guy.
Yeah.
An absolute.
He tore his ACL 3 times. You only have 2 of them. You only have 2. All right. This has been.
I have no more randos.
Yeah. Well, it's been awful. But let's just take a second.
I have nothing left.
I know. Let's take a second. Let's let some people hear about some good realtor. It
was great seeing Garrett at your house.
It was great.
I see him once a year at your house.
He's a good dude. All right, we'll be right back. This episode is brought to you by your go-to expert in the Indiana real estate market. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in a home right here in the heart of the Hoosier country, Garrett Lawton with True Blood Real Estate is the agent that you need. He's not just a real estate agent, he's a Hoosier fan just like you. And Garrett knows Indiana inside and out, from Bloomington to Indianapolis and everywhere in between. Plus, his personalized service makes the buying and selling process smooth and stress-free. So if you're ready to make a move, give Garrett a call at 317-410-8851 or visit his website at lawton-realty.com. Okay, we're back. Usually this is the part where Brandon opens himself and reveals his randos for everybody, but they're exposed. They've been exposed. They've been used at this point.
Yes. Organically.
Yes. organically. Exactly. So I don't have any burning questions.
Neither do I.
Spring
games in 2 weeks, right? Spring week,
2 weeks.
Spring game,
2 weeks from date of podcast,
and that's
release.
on Thursday.
Yes, at
So
8
we
o'clock.
will cover it the week after. We will cover it the next week.
The following week. Yes.
That's the next time we'll pod. And I'll actually
Yes.
I'll be in Indiana, not in California. I'll be in California the next 2.5 weeks.
There we go. Lucky you. Or as some people listening might not think you're so lucky for going to California. But that is for a different podcast, not this one. That's it. Cool.
Cheers
I'm
for
gonna
the beers.
keep drinking. Yep. See ya on the flip side.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.